What is going on, guys, and welcome back. So hopefully some of you guys will be excited to see that we're getting back to work on the Honda. So I got a few things that I should really tidy up this winter, and I'm gonna try to keep you guys along for the ride. What's up, Jay? What's up, man? So this is where the car is gonna sit for the winter. It's gonna stay in here, and I'm pretty much done driving it. They already salted the roads, so I may take it out again if I'm feeling stupid, if it rains a lot or something like that, and I know the roads are clean, but for the most part, I think this is where it's gonna sit. I'm about to start taking it apart. So the plans I have for it are, like I mentioned prior, a methanol injection kit. So I'm thinking I'd like to redo the intercooler piping. That's kind of what I always wanted to do. And I figure while I'm at it, maybe upgrade the intercooler. So if I upgrade the intercooler and then reroute the pipes, then I think that'll probably allow for a little bit better flow, because right now I have all the kind of snake pipes everywhere. They're like all twisted and bends and stuff. They say the less bends you have, the better. So I think if we go a little bit cleaner, come up through here, I could build a nice air box for this. That's kind of what I always wanted to do. And then put the methanol injection somewhere up there and spray this thing with some windshield washer fluid meth injection and try to turn up the boost to 15 pounds. So that's going to be kind of like the main plan for the Honda this winter. So I'm going to try to get that going on and start installing the meth injection. But first I think I'm going to look at rerouting all these intercooler pipes. And I may look at a TIG welder possibly, because that's just something that I've always wanted and I don't really know how to do that. So that would be pretty cool to learn how to do that. So this is the meth kit that I was talking about. This is the only thing I bought new. I bought all the rest of this stuff used, which hopefully doesn't come back to bite me. I figure it'll probably be fine. I'm sure that it worked, and I'm sure that it can work again. It looks like it's definitely been used. There's a little bit of surface rust on some stuff, but it's really not too bad. I think I probably will mount this externally on this vehicle. I'm gonna probably use the factory washer fluid reservoir to house the boost juice, or I'll probably just use regular washer fluid. These are the two nozzles here. There's a larger one and a smaller one. I had the flow rates all calculated. I found out what nozzles they were. I forget right now, but I'll figure it out for later. But I think I want to just use the one larger nozzle and spray a good amount of this water meth injection. And this is the controller right here. So this is a Snow Performance kit. It's a nice kit. This is an older one, and yeah, it still seems like it's going to do what I need it to do, though. As long as you put it in boost mode, you can select when you want it to begin adding your meth injection, and then you can say when you want it at full based on PSI there. If you guys can read that, hopefully it's clear enough. But yeah, that's going to be pretty cool. So I should be able to set this up. This I probably will have mounted outside in the engine bay somewhere. I don't know. It would be nice to run it inside. I'll try to run it inside of the vehicle, and that way it cleans up the engine bay. I'd like to relocate the fuse block too. So there's kind of some things I want to try to figure out this winter and get finalized to make it a lot cleaner. And yeah, and then maybe we can start on some interior stuff too. Maybe I'll get some seats and stuff. I think this winter would be good to do the interior. I got a lot of work I can do on it, that's for sure. So I'm gonna try to stick to what I want to do and get some stuff done this winter, and you guys should hold me to it. I want you to harass me about making videos and doing stuff, because it needs to be done. This car is like so awesome right now, and it's just missing a few details. So anyway, this is the kit, and I'm gonna put it in. This came out of like a Corvette, I think, and he had drilled, and this is like a stock Corvette mass airflow. I don't really have any use for this, but that's just how it came. So I'll toss that in the garbage probably, because it's wrecked. It's got holes in it anyway, and we'll hook up this meth kit. This is the there's a valve here that shuts automatically when you're not spraying, to make sure that it doesn't backfeed and flow from the reservoir through the pump and draw it in with the intake vacuum through these nozzles, which probably wouldn't need it, but I'll hook it up probably just because I have it. And yeah, I think the only other thing I'm going to need is just the in the bung for the feed for the pump, because I'm going to need to tap into the factory washer fluid jug to run a hose to the pump, and then this high pressure pump pressurizes it, and it will send it through this valve here, or maybe this will go, yeah, I think you want this after this, and then you'll have these nozzles on the end, or just one. I'll probably just use the larger size. But yeah, that should be good to reduce our intake air temperatures and also increase the octane rating. And I feel like we'd be safer running 15 pounds of boost, which I think this thing can handle. I think it's at this point probably octane limited as far as power goes a little bit, because to turn it up anymore, it would just kind of be too much on 93. If I was on E85, I think it would have no problem on 15 pounds. But I just think that with 93, you just need a little bit more octane boost, because E85 is like 100 or more octane, I think. So, you just kind of need that octane booster. So hopefully a little bit of methanol and a lot of water will help to raise the octane of this whole setup here, and we'll be able to push out 15 pounds reliably. And I think this thing will be really fast on 15 pounds, still stock motor and everything, which will be a cool goal. And then, when I reach a point where I'm bored again, then we'll turn it up and we'll see if we can pop this thing. But I think it has a fighting chance with the methanol injection to actually be reliable at 15 pounds, and it might be now, but I'd rather just put the meth on it and have it like super definite that it's going to be solid, and hang in there, and I can daily it and rip it and not have any problems. Anyway, I'm talking too much. That's the plan for the winter. I'm going to get started on this stuff, I think. I'm going to start by, I guess I should pull the bumper off. I got to figure out where I'm going to put that. Make sure I don't scratch it. Oof. I never had to work on a car that actually had nice paint. Got to be careful. Anyway, I'm going to get to work, and we'll see how we can make this thing look nice. Alright guys, so I think that the last clip that you saw was just a time lapse of me taking everything apart. So it is all apart now. I got the bumper off, sitting on a garbage can. It has not been this apart in a while. I got all the pipes off, intake pipes, intercooler. I didn't really realize how bad this intercooler was. This intercooler is total garbage. I ordered a new one. I don't even know how much I spent on this, but it was definitely not a good idea. It's like the bar and plate style instead of tube and fin, or maybe I'm saying the wrong thing, but I know that this is the less desirable type. I think it doesn't really have a lot. It looks like it's got decent flow for how small it is, but like it doesn't have a lot of fins and not a lot of surface area. So the one that I got is bigger, should be better than this one. Still 2.5 inlet and outlet, but it's going to be a lot taller, like 12 inches. So it should like actually take up this whole area here, which I think will be a lot better, because this thing's puny. This thing's weak. I need to get a better intercooler. So hopefully that'll be good. I'll get a bigger intercooler. That should only help. And then my plan for this, I was looking into some different stuff. I don't know. There's a lot of shaft play in the turbo, but I think I'm just going to send it until it pops. I don't think I'm going to fix it. I'm just going to leave it. I messaged the company to see if they make a rebuild kit for it, but I don't think that they do. But I'm just going to send it on this setup until I have a problem, and then I'll get a new turbo, and we'll figure everything out from there. But I still think that I want to do everything that I said I wanted to with the piping. I still think I can do that this winter. So my main thing that I need to do is I want to eliminate this, because I already deleted the power steering cooler here, so I don't have the cooler. So I just am going to eliminate this little kinked hose that I have here, and I'm going to try to cut the line. If I take this and rope it directly into here, I just should be able to cut this right here. So I want to try to drain the whole power steering system and then cut this line right here somehow, and then I'll be able to just loop this here, and that should give me some room for everything. So yeah, I'm just gonna drain the power steering system right now and try to essentially just get all the fluid out so I don't make a big mess, and then I'll worry about that. And I want to reinstall my factory washer fluid reservoir, which I still have, to do the meth injection kit. I ordered a big intercooler, and I ordered the bung to go into the washer fluid jug, so I'll be able to do that. And I may end up putting the pump and some of the other stuff up here. I don't know where I'm going to put everything just yet, but yeah, still planning, still trying to see what needs to be done. But so far so good. I'm excited. I think it's going to be nice, and we're just going to send it because this thing's ripping. So until it stops ripping, you know, we're just going to keep ripping it on this setup. But if I get rid of that, I should have enough room here. I'm going to have to hog this out a little bit to send my intercooler pipe through there. I don't like hacking stuff up, but I think there's enough room to make a cut there and go in right there. So I think I got enough width here and here to send that pipe in, and that way I'll be able to send the intercooler pipe through here and not all the way around. It should be a nice tight bend, and I should just be able to come around here and go down there. So I do want to try to do the aluminum brazing. I'm going to see if that works. If not, maybe look into a TIG welder. Otherwise, I think I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Try to go in over here and see if I can make enough room for myself to go in with the pipe over here. And that way I'll avoid going over here, and I'll have this room here for the air box potentially, and I can be coming in down here and straight up into here. So that's the plan. So it's been a few days, and some parts showed up for the Honda. I went up in the attic. I probably had this last time, but actually this looks like it's broken, so I may have to like retrofit a clip on this side. I don't know if it's broken or not. But anyway, I ordered some tubing for the washer fluid hose here to run new hoses because I cut all of mine out. And I ordered this right here. This is from Snow Performance. It's a washer fluid bung for the methanol injection. So what I want to do is mount this on the underside so that it'll, suck. It'll hopefully never suck air, because I think it'll have the best chance at being nice and low. I could go here, or if I were to put it the other way, I'd have to go like this, so it's more likely to suck air when it gets low. So I'd like to have it down here, and that way it's got like a good buffer zone. I'm going to probably put the level sensor either over here or somewhere over here on the high side, so that you can tell when it's empty. The light will come on way before this thing will start to suck air, because I don't want to run out of meth, because if you run out of meth, you're going to have a problem. So I'm going to always try to keep some in the car, and just in case the light comes on, I can top it off, because you don't want to know. It's only going to spray meth between like 7 and 14 PSI or something like that probably, but or 15 or whatever I have it set to. But at the same time, you never know when you got to rip it, so you don't want to run out of methanol. So I'm going to try to install this in the bottom. I'm going to use a step drill bit, and it came with this as well that's going to attach to my hardline, and this stuff's pretty nice. It seems like it doesn't kink that easily, so I should be able to run a nice tight bend out of here, out of the bottom, and hopefully have enough room. That's what I'm hoping, at least. Down under here it mounts. If not, I could always, what I was thinking is move it up a little bit. I'll just take a couple of self-tappers, fire them through. Unfortunately, you might see them in this side, but it is what it is. I think there's a bit of a distance there. There's like the frame through there, so you might not see it. So yeah, I might just do that, and that'll alleviate any real issues that I have. But then I'll have my stock washer fluid back, so we'll be back in action. I'm excited to have that back, and also the methanol injection, so it'll be pretty cool to set that up. So once I get that all mounted, then I just got to figure out the routing location of the line and where I'm going to mount the pump. I guess I might have room over on the other side over here, maybe in the wheel well, I'm thinking. If I mount it in the wheel well, it might be kind of a pain to get to, but at least I could get to it, and that way I save this room maybe for an airbox or something like that. So I do want to keep the pump dry over here in the corner, but I do drive the car in the rain, so hopefully it'll stay pretty dry inside of this wheel liner. I don't think it gets too terribly wet in there, but that remains to be seen. I'll be figuring that out. My intercooler is on its way, like I said, and we're going to try to run the intercooler. And I did get something else too, a little horn upgrade, which I thought was kind of cool. Just because I figured I was taking the horns out, and I always thought the horns on this thing were kind of weak. So I think it'd be cool to put some hella horns in there. I don't know if I'm going to make them visible or not. They're pretty flashy for my taste. Look like a Subaru, but I think they look pretty sick though at the same time. I definitely can't wait to hear them. I think they're going to be nice and loud. So pretty stoked about that. Those are going to be cool. For how cheap they were, I think it's worth it. So, yep. I got plenty of projects going right now. All kinds of stuff. I'm just going to try to not bite off more than I can chew. I'm just going to try to see this project through before I start on some of the other stuff that I want to do, and we'll just see what I can get done. But this is the main thing I wanted to do, is this meth injection. I always wanted to try it. I think it'll be pretty sweet. So I had to get a little bit creative. I ended up using this socket to hold it from the inside, and that extension to push it from this side up into there. So that's how I was able to get it in there. And I cranked it down over here. So I haven't yet checked if it's not going to leak, but I need to get the hose, and I also have to put in the level sensor too. So maybe I'll do all of that first, and then we'll decide what leaks and see what we need to use silicone on or something like that. So it should be pretty good though. I had the level sensor at work. I just got to bring it home, and then I'll put that in there somewhere too. And then we're gonna have all kinds of sensors. This thing's totally hooked up, so it's pretty sweet. I got this this all hooked up nice and tight, and I got, like I said, the line. I'm gonna start hooking this up and routing the line and start trying to find my pump location and see where I can make that connection over there. So I'll get this guy screwed in. I was thinking about using a little bit of Teflon tape. So we are all set up down here. I got the tank bolted in. The line is run. It's not kinked. I'm a little worried about it kinking once I tuck this up under the bumper, but it looks like it's hanging in there without kinking. I think it'll be okay, and I'll just have to give it a shot and make sure once I put it all back together that it isn't kinked in there. And yeah, it would be nice if I had some kind of 90-degree on it. I think that would be a nice touch. I may have to look into getting that, but it runs across the front here, and I ran it inside between the radiator and the support here, and then it pokes out over here, and it's going to run up here into the wheel well on this side. I'm about to mount the pump up there, and then I'll just cut it a little bit long, and then I will figure out how I'm going to run the wiring from the pump to the next part. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. I think it's working out really nicely, and just going to keep on moving here. And then I know I'm going to put my nozzle somewhere over here, I think right before the intake, and so I'll probably come up through the wheel well or somewhere through over here to run my nozzle in there, and somewhere I got to put in that solenoid that stops the flow, so we don't use the vacuum to suck anything in, because that would be not ideal. What we're trying to do is try to not suck with the engine vacuum through the hose and pull any of that methanol through the lines and into the intake when we're not actually trying to spray, because that'll waste our methanol, and we don't want to do that. So I did get a little bit further. I ran, like I said, I mounted the pump. I did run the line and I connected it. Maybe I shouldn't have just yet, but I did connect it. So all I have to do is I have to pull the tank down and put the level sensor in still. But I have the hose running all the way over to here, and it goes into the pump. And then I have a hose running out of the pump. It goes in the wheel well, up and over, out this hole over here, and it comes over, and I have it running into the solenoid here. That's going to get power when the pump gets power to open it up. So we got it into the inside, and the outside will run out here. And I'm not sure what I'm doing with the piping yet. I don't know if this is going to stay. Maybe I'll try to fuse these two pipes together. I got a lot of options yet. I don't want to drill the hole until I'm finalized with that, so I could add another length of hose onto there for now. But yeah, all the piping is run, it seems like, so now it's just left to do the wiring and hook up the controller here, and I think I'll save that for another video. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'm just waiting on the intercooler to come in, and we'll be able to do the piping. Once we get the piping knocked out, we can get the rest of the plumbing knocked out, and then we'll be able to do everything else. So that's that. I got a couple of projects going at the same time here, so I'm trying to balance everything. But I'm glad to be working on the Honda again. This thing needs some love. It's been too long. So hopefully I can get a few things finished up this winter. And I ordered some washer fluid hose. I'll run a new line up to the squirters here, and we should have our washer fluid back, which will be super nice because I have missed having washer fluid, especially if I'm going to daily this thing in the summer for the mileage. I think I'm going to need that washer fluid. The truck it's fun, but the mileage is not that good. So I'm going to try to keep driving this thing when it warms up. We've had a pretty mild winter so far. When I'm done with this project, I might even be able to take it out to test it before winter's over. We really haven't gotten a lot of snow, so there hasn't been a lot of road treatment down. It's been pretty nice, and it's been raining a lot, so it's been washing it away. But hopefully you guys are enjoying me working on the Accord again, and definitely don't forget to subscribe if you're not, and share the video. And I'm going to be making more Accord videos because here it is all apart, so we're working on it, and there's no way around it now. I have to fix it because I want to be driving this thing. I really enjoy driving it so much. I hate working on it because I just want to be ripping it. It's a lot of fun. But anyway, it's going to be even better than ever this spring. So thank you guys for watching, and thanks for your support. Hopefully this video gets some views here, pump these numbers up, because these past few videos of the truck, they don't get the same kind of attention that the Honda videos get. So hopefully you guys are going to enjoy the Honda, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.